Khabib Nurmagomedov is thought to be one of the best lightweight champions of all time, not just in the UFC, but in all of mixed martial arts. His Combat Sambo skills were so good that he was able to beat them up, take his opponents down, and force them to submit. Most UFC fans and MMA experts have praised the Eagle's aggressive style of grappling, and talked about why he is thought to be one of the best grapplers in MMA. Even so, neither MMA experts nor his fans talk much about Khabib Nurmagomedov's striking. Khabib couldn't be beaten by anyone, not even those who were good at striking and had good defense against takedowns. After watching this much, you can't help but think that Khabib is a striker who isn't given nearly enough credit. So let's look at 5 times when Khabib Nurmagomedov showed great striking skills while fighting inside the octagon. Number 5. Thiago Tavares vs. Khabib Nurmagomedov, UFC 205 Ultimate Media Day. Khabib Nurmagomedov's third fight in the UFC was against Brazilian mixed martial arts fighter Thiago Tavares. Tavares had been in the UFC before and was a veteran. Khabib was 3 inches taller than his opponent, but he didn't have a longer reach. Before the fight, both fighters were thought to be about the same. He started the first round on the defense by giving Tavares control of the middle of the octagon. He did this to get Tavares to attack. Khabib Nurmagomedov was very careful, but he also had his guard up and was ready for anything that Thiago Tavares could throw at him. Both fighters spent most of the first minute sizing each other up, but Khabib was quick to start throwing hands. The Dagestani wrestler hit a few well-timed 1-2 combinations in the first 90 seconds, usually as a counter. It looked like he was here to fight. But before the clock hit 2 minutes, Khabib Nurmagomedov jumped in and knocked Tavares out with a punch that was a mix of a jab and a hook. The UFC veteran kept hitting the Eagle with about 20 more punches and elbows while he held onto his legs and kept his ground position. At 155, referee Dan Maragliotta had to pull Khabib away from Tavares and end the fight because Tavares could no longer defend himself. He landed 22 important blows with 71% accuracy, which is a lot more than the Brazilian, who only landed 2 blows with a 20% accuracy. Number 4. Khabib Nurmagomedov vs. Darrell Horscher at UFC on Fox 19. In 2016, Khabib Nurmagomedov knocked out Darrell Horscher in the second round of their fight. This was called a technical knockout. The Eagle was a great boxer because he kept a good distance from Horscher, stayed light on his feet, and avoided all the pressure that was put on him by moving out of the way when it came. He hit Horscher 107 times with 77% accuracy, which is a lot more than Horscher did. Khabib tried to avoid Horscher at the start of the fight by sizing him up, throwing fake shots, and circling away from him. As Khabib started to warm up during the fight, he started to kick and slip inside with combinations. Khabib was able to set up his opponent for a well-timed takedown in both the first and second rounds. He did this by making his opponent afraid of his attacks. Takedowns were the deciding factor in the match, and they led to Darrell Horscher's loss in the end. Khabib Nurmagomedov chose to attack even though he was in a strong position. He was able to hit the Saint with many blows, which caused the referee Herb Dean to stop the fight. Number 3. Khabib Nurmagomedov vs. Al Iaquinta, UFC 223. At UFC 223, Khabib Nurmagomedov and Al Iaquinta fought for the UFC lightweight title that had not yet been won. The fight lasted 5 rounds and had a lot of intense action. Khabib beat Raging Al for most of the fight. Even though the Eagle took Iaquinta down 6 times, which helped him get more strikes than Iaquinta, 174-24, the Russian showed off his striking skills more than once during the match. Khabib worked hard to finish the fight by submitting Al the whole time. But because Iaquinta was trying to protect Khabib, the Eagle had to change things up and attack. Khabib Nurmagomedov had a great striking game in the third round. He hit Al Iaquinta with multiple jabs and 1-2 combos that left his face bleeding. Even though Al was occasionally hitting Khabib, he kept moving forward. They went back and forth with punches and kicks for the next 3 rounds, with Iaquinta successfully blocking Khabib's attempts to take him down. Even though his grappling wasn't working, Khabib was able to show who was better in the middle rounds of the fight, which could have gone either way. He should be thankful that his striking allowed him to show that he deserved to be the UFC lightweight champion. Number 2. Khabib Nurmagomedov vs. Conor McGregor, UFC 229. Khabib Nurmagomedov won a fight against one of the best strikers in MMA to show how much of an underdog he was as a striker. Khabib's toughest opponent to date was Conor McGregor, and they fought at UFC 229 in Las Vegas. He hit Notorious harder than anyone else, and in the 4th round, he put him out of the fight with a neck crank. Khabib shocked everyone when he decided to fight Conor McGregor while they were both standing, even though most of Khabib's 70 big hits came from his ground-and-pound style. Fans were surprised by the Eagle's striking when, early in the 2nd round, he knocked McGregor down with a right overhand and made him trip. Khabib Nurmagomedov hit Conor McGregor more times and knocked him out. He also won the wrestling match and beat McGregor at his own game. Khabib Nurmagomedov also beat McGregor at wrestling. Number 1. Khabib Nurmagomedov vs. Justin Gaethje, UFC 254. Khabib Nurmagomedov was retiring as the undisputed and undefeated UFC lightweight champion. In his last fight before retiring, he went up against one of the most dangerous strikers in the organization. The majority of the battle took place on the feet, with Khabib submitting Gaethje early in the 2nd round. Even though he didn't beat Justin Gaethje in the traditional sense, the Eagle traded punches with him and did so with the utmost confidence. Khabib Nurmagomedov was able to stop Gaethje's damaging leg kicks by putting him under pressure and putting him on his heels. During the fight, he hit the highlight with a total of 26 important blows. These included a variety of body kicks that hurt, elegant jabs, and 1-2 punches. Khabib Nurmagomedov didn't finish Gaethje until the very last few seconds of the 1st round. He did this with a double-leg takedown. Khabib put an end to the fight early in the 2nd round after a few more blows that left the highlight bleeding. He beat Gaethje for the 3rd and last time by putting him in a triangle choke and making him tap out. Thanks for watching this video. Please make sure to hit like and subscribe to this channel.